Give me a minute. I need to fix this. Okay. Okay, so I just changed my stuff so that it would work again. Okay. You know what? I'm not gonna wear the glasses. It's so much more difficult with the glasses. I
Are
cannot
you
see
able to
anything.
hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, okay, good.
Okay, so we were discussing a pretty controversial topic, so let's keep serious. Actually, yeah,
Of
without
course.
glasses, it's even better. Okay, so basically, what you're claiming is that you made a faction that is not trolling. Okay, let's set the groundwork. Let's do it properly. Okay, let's
Yes.
go ahead, look up what trolling is. Okay, so are you comfortable with defining trolling with Wikipedia?
Well, I would actually prefer to use Merriam-Webster dictionary, if it's
Merriam
possible.
Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, or Oxford dictionary.
Let's do Oxford Dictionary, fine. Oxford Dictionary. Do they even have trolling?
Of course, it was added ages ago to the English dictionary.
I did not know that. Wow. Troll something for something. He trolled the internet for advice on the disease. Yeah, that's a very common one. Uh, so, what's the definition? Okay, the original one is to catch a fish.
Can you link me this so I can actually look at it as well?
Yeah, this definition is weird. I don't know if we should use Oxford Dictionary for this. Do you have? Did I give you access to interview room? I have. Okay, I'm gonna post in the
Yes.
interview room. There we go.
And that last picture that I posted, that's just an example of trolling. You can show it on the stream. It's okay. It's a good friend of mine, so you know.
So wait,
He
did your good friend do it, or did your friend collect the screenshot?
he's a really good friend of mine. He made
Yeah,
it and he
but did
actually
he do it?
do what?
Do this trolling?
Yeah.
Okay, but why are you showing me how your friend is
So
trolling?
I
So
can
hold
show
on,
you.
no. Before you continue, I just want to acknowledge something. A moment ago, you told me that you're not a troll. You are not a troll,
Hmm?
and you actually take offense to being called a troll. Then you
Yeah.
send me an image of your friend who are allegedly trolled.
Well, he doesn't care. Like, it's literally like if somebody's a homosexual or something. Like,
The
I would be offended if somebody called me gay, but if a friend of mine is gay, it's
totally different.
okay because I'm not gay with him,
Totally
you know?
different. Totally different here.
How? I mean,
Somebody,
the
no,
logic still
okay,
applies.
shh. Somebody being a
Don't
homosexual,
judge me,
that's
man.
not their decision. Do you understand that? That's not their decision. That's their
Also, your
biological
stream doesn't
structure.
work.
What?
Your stream doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
It's down. It shows
No,
offline.
it's live. It's live.
Now it is.
Go to the other one. There's another one. I had to change IPs
I
because I
will.
was being DDoSed. Anyway, look, the point is, that's a terrible analogy because somebody being homosexual, that's not their decision. That's just who they are. A good analogy would be if you were allegedly an upstanding citizen, but you're showing me that your friend is shoplifting. That's that's people judge each other based on their friends as well, the group that they keep. Right? If you have like a big group of people who are mostly murderers, and then you have a couple of people who did nothing in that group, those people are still going to be judged as a group. And that applies everywhere. I recognize that.
But
Obviously, they shouldn't be
uh,
judged on a legal level. They shouldn't be judged on a governing level. The North Korean government, they like to put people's families in jail once they mess up. I
I
absolutely
think
disagree
that's
with
just
that.
Western propaganda.
You don't think that's true? You don't think they actually do that?
No, I think North Korea is actually a socialist paradise on Earth.
Listen, we're not okay. Fair enough. Let's not discuss that kind of stuff. What I like about you is you bring totally different viewpoints, and that helps me develop. That helps. It challenges me. I like hearing
Yeah.
new viewpoints, even though I don't know what your intentions are. They could be malicious. That doesn't matter to
Why?
me. Well, you
I
see,
mean, I'm not
you
malicious.
literally just told me that you like again. I don't know if they're malicious. I don't care if they're malicious. But you literally just told me that you are not a troll, but you are friends with a troll. And I guess I
I
can
mean, hey,
sympathize
it
with that.
doesn't matter if my friend is gay and I'm friends with
That's
him.
again,
It
stop
doesn't make
saying
me
gay,
gay.
because gay again.
Well,
Yes, if your friend
if
is
my
gay, that does
friend
not
breaks
make
the
you gay.
law,
Obvious.
if my
Yeah,
friend breaks the law, it doesn't make me a person
technically,
that would
yeah,
commit a
technically being
crime.
gay is against the law in some countries. I mean, I can't
Well,
argue with that on
we're not
that.
gonna talk about the legislative differences between
But well,
countries right
that's the thing is that's the point. That's what we were discussing. If you broke a law, or if your friend broke a law, you're not guilty for it. That I recognize.
Yes,
But
so
your
I cannot
analogy
be a
with a
troll
gay
by
person
being
that
friends
doesn't
with
make
someone.
sense unless you consider the fact that
Oy vey.
some in some places in gay people being gay person is illegal. Okay, let's jump to the conclusion of this whole mess. Let's go back to the original topic. So we got way sidetracked here.
Yes.
All right. So what was the point of it all? Okay, so you made a faction that LSRP administrators did not like, and they what did they do? Did you break any rules? Let's
Well,
start with that. Did you break any rules?
well, well, no, not really. Members of my faction did commit. Uh, they did break the law, but it was
Wait,
it
like
was
you.
only
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, there's a
it was
distinction.
hangarounds.
There's a distinction. Law is an in-character law, but there's out of character. We're talking about out of character rules. That's the only thing we care about. Have they
Oh,
broken out of character rules? No.
um,
What were they?
well, you remember when I told you the story of me, my friend getting shot at, and he decided to slash wave at the shooter because he had bad aim. He was unable to hit his target. So, like, I
That does
mean,
not make any sense to me, and that wouldn't make any
I mean,
sense to
it
any
does
reasonable admin.
when,
It does not make
yeah,
sense while you're getting shot at to wave at the person shooting you. It does not make
well,
any
maybe he
sense.
was trolling, maybe he was doing something else, maybe he had,
It
I don't know,
definitely
but
seems to any reasonable person that that would be trolling.
yeah, but what if just a one member that was a hangaround, he wasn't the full member of the group,
Okay? So the
decided to
whole
troll?
crew got punished for actions of one person.
Yeah.
I see. That's a different discussion. You see,
Hmm.
your friend waving at a shooter, that is absolutely trolling, in my opinion. And I think a lot of people would agree with that. That is unrealistic, and that is
Maybe he was
silly.
waving toward the cops that were behind the shooter. I don't know what
No,
his
but if you're
intentions
getting
are.
shot at, you run or you get in cover or you shoot back. You don't do anything else, or you lay down on the ground, or maybe you freeze. Maybe you freeze because you're in shock. Like you don't wave. That's ridiculous.
Or maybe he just like just
Was he in cover when he was
accidentally used.
waving? No,
Sorry?
you can't. I find it very difficult to believe that somebody accidentally waved.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
has a bind for waving? Nobody. Nobody has a bind for waving, so he would have to accidentally press T, then press slash, then press W, then press A, then press V, then press E, then press Enter. You see, that's
What
a
if
very
it's
big
keybind?
stage. So let's not argue about whether or not he was a troll. It seems like he was a troll. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll give you that point. Like he
Okay.
could have been trolling, he might have been trolling. Even if he was still not a full member of
I would
the
not be upset if
African
I
section.
did that and I got punished. Let me put it that way. Would you be upset if you did that and got punished for trolling? Like
Well,
imagine that's what you did. Imagine somebody was shooting at your character and you made your character wave as a response, and you got
but
admin
he
jail
had
for
no
trolling.
aim.
That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. Somebody was shooting at you.
Mm. Yeah,
Somebody is shooting a
I
gun
guess,
at you. You can't
I
blame
guess
the
I would just
admin
troll my gun
for
and shoot the
punishing
guy.
that specific person. Nobody's blaming the admin for punishing that specific person. I do find it wrong for them to punish the entire group though, because the group had nothing to do with that specific person. I think each individual person should be treated as an individual entity.
But there is no way the African faction is coming back now, since actually I wasn't the
There's a bunch of
person who made.
African American factions in Wasabi. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
No, no, I'm not talking about African Americans. I was like strictly African, like refugees. We came on the boats to America to seek fortune and white women.
But you can see how that seems trollish. And again, LSRP operates on
I
this.
mean, that's what they come to Europe for.
Don't
And
say
even
that.
Michigan has a lot of
Don't
trouble.
you can't say somebody's in you can't. But what you did right now is discriminate. You just said
Oh, I'm really
Africans
sorry. I
come.
didn't mean to.
Listen, hear me out. You just took the entire group of people, Africans who are immigrating, and you said that all of them, every single one of them, is coming to different countries for white women. That's what you just
And
did.
to seek fortune.
Yes, exactly. So what you just did is
They're
discriminated.
economic migrants.
Okay. Do you know what the punishment for discrimination is?
Sorry?
Do you know what the punishment for discrimination is on Roleplay Union?
Oh, are you seriously gonna do this to me, man?
Well, how many times have you been banned already on Roleplay Union?
I
Two
don't
times,
fucking know.
right?
I don't keep count
I'm
anymore.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you're setting a world record at this point. You know what's really funny?
World record for fucking getting banned on this
Yeah,
Discord. Come on, bro.
yeah. You're the most. You're the most banned person. Like it's like you're going out of your way. Convince me that you didn't intentionally discriminate against the entire group.
I mean, white women are basically one of the most valuable property on earth.
All right. Well,
And I'm just telling you, man. Hey, fuck you, nigger. Fuck you, nigger. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil 1488, nigger. Nigger.
wow.
Yo, what up?
I actually could not disconnect him. That is very annoying. But yeah, I
Yo,
got
what
him
happened?
banned.
What?
I'm actually gonna let's look at the rules real quick. Sorry, 1 second. So again, we have a 90-day ban. I think that's not enough. I think we should be issuing much longer bans than 90 days, because 90 days. I guess we'll have to see, because yeah, this is a big issue. A lot of people are trying to disturb the conversation I'm trying to have. I'm trying to have something positive. I'm trying to have a discussion about a serious topic, and then these people come in and they're trying to disrupt that. But then again, I can't, issue unfair punishments because I cannot prove that they have intentionally, done certain things. So, yeah, it's a very complicated situation for me that I've kind of put myself into. I've actually banned him before he said all that hateful stuff, but I was not able to disconnect him fast enough because I don't know, I had a brain fart. I couldn't stick that. Once we get the bot in, it'll be very simple. Just one line of command. It will be very simple. And I have 48 hours to post the evidence, so it's not even a concern. All right, let's. So this guy is gone for 90 days at least. We'll probably increase that. We're not going to be able to increase the punishment for him specifically, but for anybody in the future that does it, we'll increase the punishment from 90 days to even longer. All right. Well, at least he's not going to get unbanned for a long time. All right. So welcome. How are you?
Well, I am good, brother. How are you?
Tell me, has an admin ever punished you for something that was not against the rules?
What you say, brother?
Has an admin
Sorry.
ever punished you for something that was not against the rules?
As what? As Allah ever punished me? Allah.
Admin.
Allah. Admin. Or Allah, brother. Allah or admin, I don't know.
Okay, so that guy.
Allah Akbar, nigga! Allah Akbar!
He was both banned and verified. I need to train my goddamn moderators. I'm sorry, guys. I've been working really hard trying to get all these moderators, but obviously I don't have all the time in the world for this kind of project. That's why I'm trying to get more people, more volunteers. If you want to become a moderator, and if you want to help stop this kind of thing, then go ahead. Go ahead and file. There is a place where you can apply to become a moderator. If you go to So sorry about that. Nobody was meant to see that. There you go. Sorry, my bad. Alright, so if you want to apply for STAP, you can apply here. We will try to review your application within the week and try to get to you as soon as possible. We have a couple of candidates, but yeah, as you can see, it's very difficult because there's a lot of people targeting this specific community. You know, we even had a LSRP tester come in earlier today telling me that I'm a retard. But you know, I personally believe in this, and I'm gonna keep fighting for it, regardless that some people think that this is not worth fighting for. I think this is worth fighting for because this concerns not just roleplay communities, this concerns all private communities in general, how they govern their things. That being said, I do think that we should change the name of the community because it's not necessarily about the roleplay, it's more about enforcement of rules. Welcome, Blue.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Alright, so how are you doing today? Tell us, has an admin ever treated you unfairly, in your opinion?
Oh, absolutely. But before we begin, you mind if I give a few sentences of introduction of who I am?
As long as you don't shout people out, yes.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. So my name is Blue. I've been in the LSRP community for quite some time. I go by Big Bad Ben Murphy pretty recently. You can find me on SoundCloud. I'm not going to shout myself out, but you should know what it is.
We had just before we continue, we had issues with people impersonating. Impersonation is considered a serious offense, just so you know. Okay.
Oh, right. No, absolutely. So, make SoundCloud music with my my homie Clifford Cadillac and whatnot. And
don't,
yeah, I just play the game.
I just told you don't shout people out.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay.
anyways, back on to the topic. So, have I ever been punished unjustly for what I believe is not a appropriate reason? Yeah, absolutely.
Mm.
I've been around the community for a while, so yeah, it happened. I've been banned 2 times for affiliating with people who are who killed a bunch of people just because I was in another video months before something took place. I was banned because they thought I was affiliated with someone who broke the rules intentionally.
Yeah.
I was also banned for DM mentality for apparently logging in just to shoot people whenever just because I went on a robbing spree. And
I mean, would you be
only get on at a
upset? Would
certain
you be
time.
upset if the server in question had a rule that said you cannot come in just to rob people? Like,
No,
yeah,
but,
exactly. If a server had a rule that said you cannot come in just to rob people, you have to do something else, then and you did come in just to rob people, and then you got punished, you wouldn't be upset, would you?
no, but
Exactly.
right,
But you didn't
the
break
matter of
any
it
rules that
was-
were written down, and that's the point that I'm trying to get across. Okay?
yeah.
But apparently that makes me a retard according to some LSRP testers.
Yeah, I was banned because me and a friend of mine would get on at the same hour, not the same hour, but a pretty close amount of time every day, and play the game. And we would always get into shootouts because people like to provoke and do stupid things. This is on LSRP.
Oh yeah, I
And
believe
because we
that.
did shootings at a certain time every day because things happen. We got banned because they thought we were just logging in to shoot people, which was not the case because we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't breach any rules. And
So yeah,
yes,
that's the core
absolutely.
issue. Administrator sees something that they think is, malicious, but they don't know that. We don't know the truth. We don't know what the other person is actually intending to do unless we have sufficient evidence. And that's the point of roleplaying. I'm trying to make sure that people don't get punished unless we can prove that they are guilty. That does mean that
Right.
more guilty people go free, but it also means that innocent people don't get punished. And that's what I'm trying to
Right.
achieve.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to be a retard.
Yeah, a good friend of mine, or more or less my brother, he was banned recently for a hacking when he had not hacked, just because there was no evidence to prove that he did not hack. He did have some evidence, but for some reason he got banned anyways because he thought the admin thought he was hacking, but he wasn't.
How do you prove that you don't hack? How do you prove that? How do you prove that you're not hacking?
Screenshots are evidence that you're not hacking, I guess. I don't know. He posted his GTA files and all that stuff, but he was kept banned.
So
for
so
multiple
how
months already.
what was he doing when he got banned? Do you know that?
He was looking for someone who shot at him, and so he was driving around LS when he drove past Market, and he saw near the I think it was a downtown LS like apartment complex in the little parking garage. he saw somebody speak in chat, and he stopped for a second, and he's like, "Nah, this is metagame," so he just drove off. And because he stopped, the admin thought he was wall hacking.
That's ridiculous.
He's,
That is, I believe that
yeah.
completely because I've actually been accused of hacking myself. I actually have a video made. I'm not a cheater.
What makes it the worst is that this is no ordinary admin. I'm not gonna say who it is, but
don't say names. Yeah.
Someone of much higher power than that.
Oh yeah. I've actually had problems with like the very top of the admin board. They decided that even though there isn't enough evidence to prove that somebody did something or not, it looks like it looks like a rule breaking, even though it isn't. So we don't care.
Right.
If it looks like a rule breaking, then we punish you. That's the premise on LSRP. So imagine. So you remember my analogy of white, gray, and black areas, right? There's a white area, which is everything you're definitely allowed to do. Black area, which is everything you're not allowed to do, and the gray area, which is everything that you may or not be allowed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, the gray area on LSRP is huge. It's too big. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So basically, if you want to guarantee that you won't get punished, you have to stick within the white area, which is extremely small. There's very few things you can do that admins won't ever see as rule breaking. Like as you saw, your friend just stopping briefly constituted that he was hacking. That's ridiculous.
Right. It's ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Again, it is difficult to prove somebody hacking, and you obviously don't want hackers on a server. But what you especially don't want is you don't want to punish legitimate players when they haven't broken any rules. I think that's more important than making sure there's no hackers, because there's always gonna be hackers, no matter what you do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's pointless to kind of try to pretend that your community is perfect. That's ridiculous. No community is perfect. There's no such thing. But I'm just trying to make sure that the rules are being enforced equally, and only when there's enough evidence to prove that somebody actually made an offense. And people, they like to judge by the book by its cover, and that especially applies to LSRP. As you saw Tester earlier, he went on. He didn't even know what he was talking about. He said that, if admin makes a mistake, you can disbar them completely. No. Yeah, we actually made some rules against administrators making like egregious mistakes. So some of them are like unexcused unattendance to staff meetings or to summons. Summons is basically like their duties, which are assigned by their supervisors. And this is unexcused attendance. So if they have an excuse to unattend, and if they warn us, then okay, we can actually look at the more detailed way. So. Unexcused unattendance. Staff that fails to attend the weekly staff meeting without an excuse issued before the beginning of said meeting without making a note of it, in a leave of absence text channel, or without, or duties issued to them. So basically, if you don't attend meetings, you don't do your job, and if you punish people without evidence, that's considered a mild offense. So meaning that the first time, it's a formal warning. So it's not like we're gonna immediately ban an admin just because they forgot to forgot to put in evidence. No, we're gonna issue a formal warning, because you're supposed to either get enough evidence within 48 hours or unban that person. So it's kind of we're taking inspiration from a real justice system, but that is because the real justice system is the best system we have for making sure that innocent people don't get punished. That's the point of the roleplay union. Which I think I should retitle, because it's confusing people and they don't want to look any deeper, as you saw with the tester that came in earlier. He didn't want to look any further. He just assumed it's that way, and people just like to assume.
So branching
stuff.
off from admins banning players for rules that aren't exactly against the rules, I've been in multiple admin situations where I've been punished or almost punished because one admin told me one thing and then another admin's told me differently.
Absolutely.
And it's like, well, are you joking? What's right? What's wrong? Like, I think one of them was leaning out without role-playing or something like that, or getting out without role-playing. I don't know. It was like with a gun.
Ladies and gentlemen.
One admin told me you couldn't, and one admin said you could.
Yes, that's the biggest problem I have with Los Santos roleplay. Over my 5 years, I've had so many different answers to the same exact question from different admins. And that illustrates the problem. Whether or not you get punished doesn't depend on your actions. It doesn't even depend on your reputation. Well, it does kind of depend on your reputation when it shouldn't, but it doesn't necessarily do that. What it depends on is the admin. And that
Right.
the long term punishment is the same way. Like sometimes you get to appeal. I'll give a little some people props to that. They do listen to appeals. They do take them seriously sometimes, but sometimes they don't care, and that's my problem. You cannot hold if somebody is not held accountable for their bias, for their actions, then they're not gonna care. And that's an issue we had on the roleplay union as well. We had an admin who would not care about posting evidence, so now it's against the rules to not post evidence or to not, unban that person within 48 hours. So it's like if you ban somebody thinking that you can get enough evidence, but then within 48 hours you realize, oh, I can't get enough evidence, then unban that person. Just like
Right,
in real
exactly.
life. In real life, a cop can take you in, detain you for up to 2 weeks without any charges. But after that, if they can't find any charges on you, you're supposed to be let go. That's how it works in real life, if you didn't know. In
Yep.
many places, including Latvia and even California. It's just how it is. And does this mean that innocent people will never get punished? No, there's still gonna be innocent people getting punished because even evidence can be misleading, evidence can be fabricated, but at the very least, less innocent people get punished. And that's the point. And they get punished consistently. That's another thing you brought up, right? That the things that you are allowed to do are inconsistent, right?
Exactly. Yes.
How are you supposed to develop your character? How are you supposed to play a roleplay server and enjoy yourself when half the time you're thinking, oh, is an admin gonna punish me for this or not? And that's the biggest issue, in my opinion, because these punishments actually like forbid you from doing things like applying to law enforcement. I was not able to create a faction because of my reputation. I want to make a faction where we at all costs avoid killing people. That's my idea for a faction. Nobody cared. They were like, oh, the community has a bad response to you. You have a bad reputation. We don't care about your qualities. We don't care about that. The community dislikes you, so fuck you. That's how it works in OSRP. And I dislike that immensely. I don't think we should be judging people based on whether the community likes them or not. I think we should be... I can understand why they're making that decision. I can understand why they're making the decision because they care about their appeal. They care about their reputation more than they care about the truth. But it's not the best way to go about it because that creates frustration among the players who cannot follow, they don't know the rules because the rules written down, they are nonsense and they're not being enforced, right? Like, it's
Right.
a very common, like, would you agree that a lot of times on the LSRP, admins, they don't enforce rules written down, they enforce rules that they make up on the spot?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, can you give me an example of that?
I think there was in a situation where I had a staff member at gunpoint, and they pulled out their gun and shot me down, even though I had my gun pointed at them first, so they should have followed FRP.
Mhm.
And because of that, I got punished. But like when
Wait,
that situation happens to me, I get jailed for pulling my gun out. Like what is that?
Wait, how did you get punished? Do you mean you died? Or did you
Right,
actually
yeah,
get admin jailed?
No, I killed so he pulled out his gun, I killed him, and I got admin jailed. But if the situation was flipped,
What?
I would have got punished for pulling out my gun at gunpoint.
Wait,
But
hold
because
on.
he was an admin,
Let me
it
get
flipped.
let me get this straight. Your character was robbing an admin. He was not on duty.
Right. Right.
Okay. This administrator pulls out a gun while at gunpoint, and you kill him because he pulled out a gun on you while you were trying to rob
Yes.
him.
Yes.
Then you get punished, like out of character wise. So you allegedly broke a rule. What rule did they allege you of breaking? Well, what was the reason why did they punish you?
Well, I didn't get actually punished, but I got formal warning because
You got- Formal warning is a
Well,
punishment. It's a form of punishment.
right. He
What-
says something along the lines of like I don't even remember the situation exactly, but
Yeah, that's why we look at evidence typically.
Right.
That would be ideal if you had some evidence. But do you have
Right.
evidence of any kind of injustice that we can look at today?
No. I was just looking back at my old staff record.
Yeah, okay, but do you have any evidence at all, like of any kind of injustice that we can look at today and definitively say that sometimes because the system is so lenient, people get unfairly treated?
Sure.
So you have
Yeah.
access to the interview room. You should be able to post there in the text chat. Let's have a look at that.
Sure. Okay. Let me find the videos.
Okay.
Exactly. So this is back in 2018.
Mhm.
I was involved in a video in which we did a bunch of hits on people for various reasons, and because those guys later on, in months later, ended up um, going on a DM spree. I got called affiliating with them, even though we only did it I was only with them like one time, and it was all IC, and I got banned for affiliating with Mass.
I think I got like a false charge in one of my like old characters because apparently she affiliated with somebody. I mean, yeah, that happens all the time. They kind of get lumped up together, and a lot of people get banned on assumption. I think Clontix's story speaks a lot. Clontix won't ever be allowed back on LSRP as far as we can tell. But his first ban that led him to ban evading was unjust. If you look at his first ban, it was because of a J bug, you know, when you press J, which is a key to enter a passenger seat, and if your character is not able to enter the vehicle in like, I think it was 3 seconds, then your character just gets teleported into the passenger seat. That's just an aspect of SAMP, and he got banned for hacking because of that.
Oh yeah.
That's how
I've
he
seen
began
that.
ban evading, and that's why I'm saying it's a big issue. It's a huge issue, and it's not only an issue with roleplay servers. We are not affiliated with Los Angeles Roleplay. We're not trying to change Los Angeles Roleplay. We're trying to show that these systems can be improved, that we can have a better justice system, the governing system, for making sure that people don't get punished unless they're actually guilty. So let's see the evidence. Let's see the evidence. Post them in the interview room.
Sure. So I've seen branching off what he just said though, about the G-bug thing. I've seen somebody get banned for that, and I'm like, he just G-bugged, and that admin was just saying, yeah, let him post a ban appeal, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like, I saw this happen, and it's pretty ridiculous that like just about anything you can be banned for in the right circumstance. It's just stupid.
I've had a situation where I was driving a car, and
So this is not my video, but because one of my characters was there, I was in one of the clips, right? And
well,
because
can you
of that,
Can you show? Okay, I want two things from you. I want you to timestamp when your character shows, and I want to see your ban appeal. Can you give me those things? Because that would be amazing evidence.
yes.
Awesome. Okay, while you're doing that, I'm gonna talk to the viewers for a second. So I've had a situation where I was, driving around Michelle Jefferson. She's got a new car. She's driving past this intersection. There's these cops nearby, and then this guy, he's racing around. He strikes my car. It flips and gets destroyed. So the cops turn out to be admins, both of them. And they pull up like so it was the most surreal experience ever because it's like are they in character cops or out of character cops? Turns out they're both. But yeah, what happened was they were going to admin jail that guy because he was not able to refund me. He didn't have enough money to refund me for the vehicle. I didn't want him to get admin jailed because he was just racing around and was negligent. That's an in-character issue in my opinion. So I was like, you know what? I give him permission. Besides, it was like only $90,000, so it's in-game currency. It's not a big deal. I was like, I give him permission to destroy my vehicle. And you know what the admin told me? You cannot give him permission to destroy your vehicle. He has to get admin jailed. That's what the admin told me. We had to plead with that admin. We had to beg him. Eventually I said, hey, I'll make a refund request, please. Just don't jail this guy. He made a negligent mistake. Let's take this in character. And the admin's like, nah, we're not taking this in character. I wonder if they refused to take it in character because it was too much for them to deal with. Because they were cops and they would have to deal with that. And they just didn't feel like it and didn't want to do it. Or if it was because they genuinely feel like somebody was breaking a rule. Because, like, is it not allowed to race your cars on roleplay servers? If you're a race car driver? If you're like an illegal street racer? Because I'm pretty sure that's allowed. You're not allowed to destroy other people's vehicles, but he didn't intentionally destroy it. It was an accident. He struck the car and it flipped, and I even gave him permission to do it after the case, but apparently I'm not even allowed to do that. So that's my problem. The rules are very vague, they're inconsistent, and no, how can you hold somebody accountable for breaking a rule that does not exist, that is not written down? That's dumb, in my opinion. It's not justice, in my opinion, it's just injustice. So, okay, so you got...
I'm looking for the ban appeal at the moment.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I was in the video.
Right. What's your character's name?
It's Nicholas Jaquez.
Nicholas.
We met
I
IC Lee.
Okay.
We met IC Lee. I was
So yeah.
We did favors for each other, and whatnot.
But did you actually DM anyone? Like, did you actually shoot anyone?
We had reason for everything.
Oh, you had a reason for all the shoot. Yeah, I see. This is a common trend.
I was only involved in like 2 clips, and then because later on, months later, they ended up going on a killing spree. I got a ban for affiliating just because I was in their video.
So they couldn't explicitly prove that you were a DMer, but it looked to them that you were a DMer. I can understand why they punished you. In the system that is right now in LSRP, you can't blame DMer for punishing you, because they're supposed to be vague. They're supposed to have their own interpretation, their best judgment. In the system that I'm trying to build with Roleplay Union, you cannot issue punishments unless you can definitively prove that somebody did something. So you wouldn't have been punished in Roleplay Union. See, that's the point of Roleplay Union. To make sure that innocent people don't get punished. And it's not what that Adnan said earlier, that I'm just shitty at roleplay. Even if I am shitty at roleplay, that has nothing to do with it. The point is, I'm not breaking rules, and I should be punished for not breaking rules. I can't get over that argument. You're just a retard. Who says that? Who comes to an interview and says, you're just a retard?
What?
There was an LSRP tester who came before you. He said you're just a retard as an argument. You're just terrible at roleplay. That's why you made Roleplay Union. I mean, wouldn't it be easier for me to just, I don't know, play on Russian roleplay servers? I do speak Russian, and those servers have much lower standard and a lot more fun in them. No, the reason I'm actually bothering so much with Roleplay Union is because I've tried any way I can to actually make sure that rules are being enforced equally, so I can express my characters, I can develop my characters, I can build these stories. I actually care about my characters' stories. But, you know, it looks like I don't, right? That's the trend. Do you see this trend? It looks like I don't. So that must mean that I don't care, right? That's how it's been for the past 5 years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon in LSRP. If it looks a certain way, then it is the certain way, basically. So,
I have a question. So, do you think in certain instances the bans do more harm than good?
Absolutely.
Like, the way I mean is like...
especially when you ban innocent people.
Like you said, like with Chlorotics, some people just want to play the game, so they come and ban evade, and it gets them in a whole mixed up situation where they have to unban... not unban, get unbanned on multiple accounts.
Are very long.
And it's like half the time people that ban evade just trying to play the game, they don't even break the rules, right? But because they're banned, they are forced to, right? Because they got accused of something that's going to keep them banned for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, a year-long ban for a video game is a little ridiculous. But you can, but that actually like goes to show how seriously LSRP is taking that kind of stuff. They're taking rule breaking very serious. They're not making sure that people who get punished are actually rule breakers as serious. See, that's a big problem, in my opinion. When you're taking rule breaking so serious that you're banning people for years and forever even, for lifetimes, shouldn't you be making sure that at the very least the people you're punishing are actually guilty of their crimes? Wouldn't that make a lot of sense?
Yeah.
Because yeah, those innocent people that you're banning, they're gonna end up forming a group called DMU and gonna come back and start protesting those unfair bans with... Now, I'm not saying all of them got unfairly banned, no. Some of them had legitimate bans, some of them are there specifically to disrupt the community. We've seen actually a lot of people come in today and disrupt our like interviews. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of them. Have you been watching? But yeah, I'm not talking about people who are definitively like breaking rules. No, we're talking about people who did not breaking the rules, but looked like they broke rules. So admins punished them, and now they have no way of playing the game, even though they haven't broken any rules, and they couldn't have possibly known that what they did was not okay. Because they like to say common sense is okay, but common sense is different from admin to admin. So again, we go back to the issue. Whether you get punished or not depends on the admin you get, not on the actions that you actually do. And that's my biggest issue with LSRP right now. And a lot of other roleplay servers. The Red County roleplay has this as less of an issue, but it's still an issue there. GTA World definitely has that as an issue. I've seen Natasha Mountain get banned because she was stranded in the desert wearing like not much clothes. But they didn't care how she got in the situation. They didn't care that there was a stalker actively threatening to murder them, and they had to flee the town in urgent manner. No, they don't care about that. They only care about how it looks. And I can understand that premise. And actually, a lot of private communities care about how it looks, but what I'm trying to press is when you do that, when you punish innocent people, eventually those people are gonna, fight back in any way, shape, or form, and every person has the power to fight back. They have the power to rebel, they have the power to ban a raid, they have the power to infiltrate any kind of fucking system that you have in place, and they will disrupt it in any way, shape, or form. Now, of course, you can power through it, but if while powering through it you actually punish innocent people, that actually just kind of even some people would even justify, like some people justify getting. I've recently made a video. Hold on, let me show you what I talk about. So I recently made a video called "Worst Knockoff" on worst LSRP knockoff. I'll post it in the interview room if you're curious. But have you seen this video?
No, I have not.
So this is I got invited to basically make a promotion video for an LSRP knockoff server, which has no new unique features over LSRP, and I refused to take the money, but I still made the video warning people that it's a knockoff. I had some people in the comment section. This guy in particular, he said he installed Sobade and the VPN just to mess with the server. Okay. So that's one of the things that can happen. People will end up literally messing with your server if they feel like you're being unjust or if they have a reason to hate you. And I think there's a lot of justified hate when it comes to Los Santos roleplay. A lot of unjustified hate as well, but a lot of justified as well. I feel the same way about myself too. I feel like I have a lot of justified haters who justifiably hate me because I didn't exactly portray roleplay that well back in 2016. But I also have a lot of unjustified haters as well who just hate me because I have acne or I have bad teeth or I don't look very attractive. Hold on, let me get my glasses. There we go, black sunglasses. Perfect. Alright, so... so again, would you agree with the sentiment that reputation matters more than the truth on the roleplay server? On the... Reputation matters more than the truth on the LSRP. Would you agree with that? Hello? I think we lost him. Guys, get the defibrillator. Hello? I want your answer on this. Come on. Wake up! wait, on the other side. Wake up! Wake up! I'm looking at you right in the fucking eyes, telling you to wake up! Wake up! Come on! Wake up, Blue! Come on, Blue, I need you up! Come on, Blue! Don't die on me! No! Such a shame. Well, what can you do? Alright, I think we have time for one more interviewee. So sad that Blue had to go. Welcome!
Yo, hey.
Welcome. So, what would you like to discuss?
Yeah, so I've been on this. I've been on the show before, actually.
Right.
I'm Cinder. Do you remember me? No.
Look, I'm bad with names. Let me just be honest with you.
Okay. I'm gonna come today, uh, with some constructive criticism.
I appreciate
'Cause
constructive criticism.
I saw the thing with Matthew B, and I saw the points he tried to get across in it, but you know, uh, he said it wrong.
Okay.
I think.
So what you're saying is you wanna argue for him, but
Just
you wanna
properly.
present it in a more like reasonable fashion, not calling the other person a retard. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, sure. Yeah, I again I appreciate constructive criticism. So
Yeah, and because I only have I don't have much time because I play Fortnite with the boys. But anyway,
very important. Alright. Yep.
so like the last time I spoke to you, right?
Yep.
We spoke about fucking screenshot threads.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
like
yeah. I remember. I remember. You told me that basically to succeed on LSRP, I need to develop a good reputation as a role player.
yeah.
Yeah.
So actually on my characters, I've ran into you. Both on your PD, you know, your other characters a couple of times.
Yeah.
And to be honest, like you can prove me wrong, but from what I've seen before, and I think we've pretty much cleared the fact that, personally, in my opinion, role playing with the Valentines and all that, sure they're cool people,
They are
but
amazing interior designers. Fucking
but
fantastic.
when
They
we're
make a lot of. They actually contribute a
right,
shit ton
but
to
if we're
LSRP.
talking like getting down into serious, like heavy,
Yeah.
doesn't matter if illegal or legal
Mm-hmm.
role play, they aren't the best people to go to, you know?
Yeah.
And that's just proven throughout probably how many years now? How long has Natasha Valentine been here? And don't get me wrong,
Well,
cool
we had
person.
some very interesting conflicts. Let me tell you one of the conflicts I had with the Valentines. One of my characters tried to start a business in their complex, but we actually had this very interesting situation where the manager of the complex, Carrie Saunders, she wanted there to be less security because the licensing agency got this not really enforced as much. But my character, a businesswoman, Michelle Jefferson, she wanted to keep the security in place. She wanted to have this checkpoint with a metal detector and all of that. This they don't like that because they were investors in the business. They financially supported that business. They wanted there to be no like kind of security at the gate. And my character was like, my character is all about security. My character is very paranoid, so my character went, no, I'm not doing it. It's my business. I'm not doing it. Eventually, what happened is Kay Saunders got so pissed off that she got out a golf club and threatened my character with the golf club. What my character did is pulled out an unlicensed firearm to defend herself. And that kind of escalated. She got tackled. Then she ended up firing the gun a couple of times, maybe struck a few people. Then, police got involved. It was very interesting, and it's nothing that I've ever had experience with any other people. And when people tell me that Valentines are not here to roleplay, they are full of nonsense. They are here to roleplay. They have stories. They have development. They just don't show it. They don't prioritize. They don't prioritize showing it as much all the time. I agree with that, but that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't matter whether they prioritize showing the roleplay. The truth of the matter is they are here to roleplay. They are following the rules. They are contributing immensely to this community. And yet this community is hating them so much. For what reason? I feel like they are associating anything sexually related to automatically mean bad roleplay. Like a lot of people probably criticize Natasha Valentine for wearing that latex outfit, right?
Yeah.
But then you look at Lady Gaga and other celebrities. Like Natasha Valentine is roleplaying this celebrity, this multimillionaire celebrity with limousines, with her own complex. That's a very well developed character who's been here for years.
Yeah.
And people are going around saying that this is a bad character. What are you saying? Why is that a bad character? Make the point. Why is that a bad character? Yes, she has a bad... I agree absolutely that she has a bad reputation. And you know what that tells me? That Los Angeles roleplay judges people by their reputation, not by who they are. Reputation matters more than the truth on
Nah,
LSRP.
reputation is who you are.
That is not the case. Reputation can be misleading.
That's the fault of the person that's showing who they are.
Well, you say that, but and I in a way agree with you. But when it comes to governing agencies, right? A governing agency is not supposed to judge people by how they look like. A governing agency is supposed to judge people by what they do, and that's what you
I
should
understand
prosecute
that,
people
but-
for, not by how
but
they
I
look
think-
like.
I think having that as a comparison to people's personality and reputation, as a comparison to like a company's reputation and personality, I think that's two different, completely different things.
I'm comparing it to the
Because-
justice system, that we have in
I
place to
yeah.
make sure that as few as possible innocent people get jailed.
I
And
understand. Yeah. So going back to the story, because I don't have much time. I need to.
Oh,
look back
sorry,
to
yeah.
the 90s on
Continue, yeah.
Fortnite.
Sure. Do you need the interview access?
No. It's
Okay.
cool. I'm just here to talk. So I feel like the RP with the Carrie Saunders, right? I feel like you kind of made that. No, I feel like it was you that made that, and you made it enjoyable.
I could have made it without Kerry Saunders, without
That's
the
my point.
complex, without the people governing that complex.
That's my point. It's not. I honestly and.
My
It's a
point
touchy
is I
subject.
couldn't have done it without her. She
But
contributed.
I haven't seen you. My point that I was trying to get in here is I haven't seen you try. And personally, like obviously, if you're not into it, I can't force you into it. But I haven't seen you try something. Do you know who David Anaya is? Mark Schmidt, fucking Keith Schultz. Have you seen the screenshot threads?
You mean the illegal factions?
Yeah, nah, they do like their own stuff. But the thing is, they have a massive reputation,
Yeah.
but it rubs off their personality, which is like they're compatible with who I don't know how to fucking pronounce it, but they have good reputations.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. LSRP judges people by their reputation, not
And
by what they do.
that's rightly so though.
I don't say that's just, because we had seen a lot of people, like just before you, we had a person who, because they had a reputation with being around people who DM people, they got punished as well. Even though they themselves didn't DM anybody. Do you think that's justice?
An admin's not gonna jump the gun that far, man. And if they do, they won't get away. They won't get
I've
away
personally
with it.
experienced administrators punishing me when they didn't have sufficient evidence. I've been punished for hacking, but I've never hacked myself. Just because I looked backwards.
But how quick did you get unbanned?
I got unbanned quickly in some cases, never in other cases. I've had
Like, was there ever a situation where they just kept you? Let's say for hacking, for example, was there ever a situation where they just straight up kept you banned?
They have kept me. Well, one particular situation that comes to mind was. Do you know the situation with the first person mod on Los Santos Roleplay?
Yeah,
It's allowed right now.
yeah. Prior
And,
to that, it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not that it wasn't, because according to the rules say that any mod that gives you unfair advantage, and first person mod does not give anybody unfair advantage in a third person game. Do we agree on that?
Actually, it does.
What
When you
advantage
walk
does
backwards, it makes you slide back, and you can't get hit by a shot. I've tested this multiple
This
times.
is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, you can go and try it for yourself. Actually, you start sliding across the
Well,
floor.
that's irrelevant though.
That alone.
That's irrelevant though,
No,
because
I mean, it
'cause-
still poses an advantage, and it's optional for you.
that's irrelevant in this case, because in this case, not only did I not know about this, and I still don't know if this is true. I'm just presuming that it is, but that's irrelevant because I got banned because I used the first person mod to film. I filmed an interview, an in-character interview.
It doesn't matter what you use it for.
The rules,
I'm head of
yeah.
modding. I'm head of modding on the server, and I can tell you now, like I literally just denied the mod like for use on the server like yesterday.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you use it for. If there's an option to where it can be abused, it's not going to be put
But
on
that's
the
not
server.
what the rules say, though.
It tells you I think it says for Cleos,
There's not
I-
that's what I hear a lot. A lot of people say Cleos
Yeah,
are not
'cause there was-
allowed on Losada's roleplay. There is
There
not a
was a
single
post made
mention.
by Surreal. There
There's
was
not
a
a
post
single.
made by Surreal.
But why
I
is it not
remember
in the
this
rule? Why
vividly.
is it not in the rules section?
But he posted it. It doesn't matter. It's still on the forums. And
So
he said that they're not.
okay, imagine I'm a new player. Where am I supposed to look for the rules? Is it the rules section or is it the rules section and every single thing that
You have
the
server information and you have announcements literally right under it.
again? So you're supposed to look at the rules section and then look at the announcements and look at to every single
I
announcement.
mean, I did it.
So you're expecting every single new player to come in and read every single announcement on top of reading every single rule for a
And I
video
did it.
game.
I'm not exactly the smartest guy out there. I did it.
I understand that, but
You-
is
you
this
can-
what
we
you
have a search
expect?
topic.
Is this what
We
you
have a
is this what you expect of every new player? Is
yes,
this what-
we have a search topic. We
That-
have a search topic. That
No,
you
no,
can
no,
literally
no, no. A
complete-
search topic means that if somebody already knows that something is against the rules, or it thinks that it might be against the rules, they can search for it. But if somebody who has no idea about Clio mods, and they look in the rules section and search Clio, they will find not a single mention. See, I just searched for Clio in the rules section. There's not a single mention of the word Clio in the rules section. If a certain admin, let's not name names, made an announcement saying that Clio mods are not allowed, they should put that in the rules section. Why not? Why wouldn't they put that in the rules section? That doesn't
Alright,
make
okay.
sense to me.
Okay. Listen. First of all, let's bring it down a tone and stop screaming. All right.
I'm sorry,
Um,
I get heated because I've been
no,
arguing for this for
I'm-
5 years now.
I'm not heated. But like personally, there's a reason. I can tell this. Any player that you go to, they'll know that Cleos can be used at discretion. That there's a chance of being banned. Should there be a advantage, even though you don't use it, but if it's optional for you and you do have that mod installed, you will get punished for it. That's just how it's been. It's been like that, and a lot of players know this. I have not seen a player as of recent, oops, I had name tags installed by mistake. I haven't seen that. I've never seen that. And probably
Well,
there's a
are you
reason
saying-
why.
are you
because we see
saying-
this.
Again, you're arguing that it's common sense, yeah? That's what you're arguing, that it's common sense, that it shouldn't be put in the rules because it's common sense.
No.
What are you
No,
saying?
like,
You're saying that it's a common knowledge among
Oh, yeah,
player
yeah,
base.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
common
yeah.
knowledge among player base. Why am I expected? Why is a new player expected to have common knowledge of a player base? That is ridiculous. A new player is gonna come into a community blind, not knowing anything that the community already knows, that the community has already established. All they're gonna be expected to do is read the rules and follow them. So what you're saying is if a player joins LSRP, follows all of the rules, right, as they're written down, but maybe they have a Clio mod that does not give them an advantage, which there are plenty of. There's plenty of Clio mods that don't give an advantage.
Yeah.
And they get punished for having a Clio mod. And they were supposed to know it? Because it's a common knowledge among the player base? That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
not against the rules!
Stop shouting.
It's not against the rules. Why do you punish people for things that are not against the rules?
Like it's not. First of all, Clio is not something that you have right off the get go. You should like be aware from the get go because it's something that you install third party, and it does give you like things that you can't do normally in the game, right?
Yeah, like
That
a weather
already
effect
to me,
or
that
an
already
ENB.
to me, I would check on, and that's literally the most mature thing to do. It's not my fault if the person doesn't check that.
Yeah, I understand if somebody has an actual mod that gives them an unfair advantage, but that's what the rules say. The rules say you cannot have a third-party modification that give you unfair advantage. This implies that if you have a third-party modification that does not give you any unfair advantages, then that's okay. Then that's allowed. And that's at your
This
own
is
risk to
actually-
decide.
Hang on. I'm trying to get the link to something. So okay, so let's put a like a scenario or a situation. Here, actually, I think third party.
My party is...
Here you go. It's actually in the rules, man.
I know. It says third-party modifications,
party.
I just showed it, that give you an unfair advantage over other players that are not allowed. So if it does not give an unfair advantage, it is allowed. That's what it says.
Okay, let's put the first person thing in. It does give you an advantage. You don't use it, but it does give you it. You have the option to do it. I'm good. I'm good. Like at
I
the
was- I
time,
wasn't
if
bad
I
at-
was an admin,
Eventually.
at
But
the time, if listen, if I was at the time, if I was an admin, and I see you like sliding across the floor, I'm gonna ban you. But then after some, you know, we go on the forums, you explain it, you like, I'll unban you.
that's not what happened,
But-
though. Let me explain what happened.
How quickly did you get unbanned though?
I got unbanned after I had to report the admin, who punished me for, you know...
Okay, cool.
That's fair
Yeah,
enough,
because
yeah.
they saw wrong
No,
in what the admin did.
in that instance, that's a good example of, you know, when LSRP was actually like enforcing rules
Okay, so
explicitly,
tell
but
me
that
another
has
time
changed.
where they didn't do that. Tell me a time where they
So,
didn't do that to you.
you're asking me
for
to tell you-
modifications.
You're asking me for modification specifically. I don't have an example because I haven't had a lot of issues there. But I have had other instances where administrators issued punishments for rules that were not broken, and they have actually admitted to me that they cannot prove that I have broken a rule. It just looks like a broken rule, so it's good enough. I can even completely justify my actions in that instance. Would you like to hear that?
I'll just take one example, man. I don't have much time.
Okay, so again, with the you probably heard it a million times. I made a couple of videos on it. Michelle Jefferson, she was selling a house in 6th Street, and there was a stabbing in public. A man with a knife was stabbing somebody else. Yeah, Michelle Jefferson pulled out an unlicensed firearm. She had an appeal going, by the way, at that time to get you know, the license reinstated. It got denied
Yeah.
eventually, but she thought she would get upset, and she still carried the gun just because she was attacked in the past. She wanted to be able to defend herself, and she wanted to be able to defend other people because she values human life. That's the point. And that's why she shot that person. Now, LSRP admins, they have no problem with you shooting someone when they are, for example, robbing your car. I had an instance when an LSRP admin, like, so basically what happened was another instance when I, like, basically, like, pointed to a guy, the cop told him that he was a bad person, as one of my Gloria Mendoza characters, and 3 months later, that guy found me playing poker with a bunch of witnesses in a public complex, and he shot me there. And I reported him for DM because it was not realistic at all, and the admin sided with him because snitches get stitches. So when those rules are being enforced so strictly, but when I can't defend a fucking life, which is absolutely, by the way, legal. It was legal for Michelle to shoot that person in that instance, even with the unlicensed firearm. Obviously, possession of a unlicensed firearm is still a crime, so she would get in trouble for that if police caught her. But using a firearm, even if it's unlicensed, in self-defense, is legal. If it's justified. If it's justified self-defense. So she did something that's completely legal. That was justified homicide. It wasn't even homicide. She didn't kill the guys. She ended up driving them to the hospital, both of them, because they were incapacitated. But that's the point. The point is, I got admin jailed for 15 minutes, which, you know, a lot of people say is not a big deal, but that means, you know, it goes on my admin history. I can't apply to LSPD for another month, and LSPD is probably not going to decline me even after that month, because, you know, I have this new entry. If I was a part of LSPD while I was admin jailed, I would have to disclose that, and that could be grounds for my dismissal. And there's so much caveats with these false punishments, because I did not break a rule. I had a reason. The DM rule clearly states that you cannot kill without sufficient reason. I didn't even kill in that instance. Killing another person without sufficient reason is not allowed. If something is legal to do, save a life of another individual, how is that not a sufficient reason when finding a person who pointed the finger at you and told the cops
This is
on
the
you
one. This
3
is
months
the one
after?
that you unreported it and all that stuff.
Yeah, I reported all the way. I reported the admin that made the decision.
First,
then
chill,
the admin
chill,
sided.
Userone,
Hold on.
chill.
I just want to give
my
a back.
ears.
Sorry, I want to give background to the story. I reported the admin that originally made the decision. Then I reported the admin that made their decision. That admin sided with the original admin. Then I reported that admin, and it continued going all the way to server management because I am absolutely certain that I did nothing wrong in that situation. I did not violate any rules, and if I did, what was I supposed to do in that situation? Am I just supposed to, like, are people just allowed to stab each other in public, and even if people have firearms to protect each other, they can't do it? The example
Hey,
that...
man.
the admin provided is the one that bothers me a lot. Because the admin explained, oh, if this happened in rodeo, and you knew why that person was being stabbed, then that would be okay. None of this is mentioned in the rules. None of this is mentioned in the rules. The rules just say sufficient reason, okay. Insufficient reason, okay. Might as well replace rules with do good stuff, don't do bad stuff, right? I mean, it's just common sense. Am I wrong? Am I wrong in this instance?
Sorry, my internet cut out. Okay, so for the whole, I only have a little couple minutes. Okay, so for this situation, and honestly, I wouldn't have age-jailed you, or whatever.
I hear that a lot. That doesn't matter. I'm still age-jailed. I still have that on my
Okay,
onion history,
okay,
and I
cool.
can't appeal it.
Okay. Okay, I wouldn't have age-jailed you personally. I feel like, and I don't know, my opinion probably doesn't mean much, but I feel like you shouldn't have been punished for that, and he should have been punished for shooting you in the thing in front of you were gambling or whatever, right?
Oh, the thing where a person was gambling, where my character was gambling and got shot in front of tons of witnesses, and that wasn't realistic. Yeah. Again, the point, the trouble I have is I can't play the game because I don't know if I'm going to be punished. There's a huge there's a huge gray area.
The thing is, man, I was on a, and I can actually relate to a worse degree, because I was on so many admin shit lists. You don't understand. But once I start, and you're in PD right now, right?
I just barely got in PD after 5 years of applying repeatedly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. When I started to get an SD, and honestly, it's not hard to understand. I do understand by text. It's kind of vague, but you've been on the server long enough to know what is right and what's wrong. Sure, you have a reputation.
I have no
because
clue.
of YouTube.
For every admin, that balance is different.
But then, how was I able to do it? I was on so and I should
do what? What did you achieve?
I used to DM so much. I DM'd like
I
every
never
day.
DM'd.
That's my point. I can relate to a worse degree.
I didn't even intentionally break any rules.
In terms of reputation, I can agree. You're on a shit list, right?
Yeah. And they shouldn't be judging you based on your shit list. They should be judging you based on the fucking rules. They shouldn't be requiring you.
Chill, please, man, chill.
I am mad about this because people are saying that this is not an issue. And you have admitted that this is an issue because you've said that you don't think that I should have been punished in that instance. I am still punished for it. I am still punished, but I still have the admin history. And yet you are making an argument against trying to do something new. You're making the argument that we shouldn't try to find a system where guilty people don't get punished.
I feel like this is only happening to you, man. The other people that you have interviewed, and I've looked at like most of them actually.
What about Clorantics?
They are all either, I don't know, I don't care about Clorantics. And I know a lot of them, the people that come on. They were either like in DMU, where DMers or are banned.
Yeah.
The people that are coming on your stream, they just do it to troll. I hope you know.
I understand that. That doesn't matter. I don't know the truth. I don't know. Like I can't know the true intent of a person. Also, not everybody is doing it. That's misleading.
I can tell you because I know these people.
That's that's misleading. Again, that's hearsay. That doesn't matter. I'm telling you that there are people that are genuinely here for a good reason. There are people that are genuinely here for. It's not just me. You just said it was just me. That's not true. There's a lot of people who got unfairly punished, including yourself. You just admitted that you were unfairly punished in some cases, that you were on admin shit list, and because of that you were treated differently.
How am I able to understand it now? How did I become a tester? How am I friends with people that I was on their shit list before?
I don't know. You licked their butts or something.
No. It's because I understood how the system works.
Yeah, I understand how the system works. I just say that the system is working like shit. I don't like how the system. That's the point. I don't like how the system works. I want to make a new system. See if that does any better. That's the point of the roleplay union. To try to make a new system. See if that works better or not. Because it's something I care about. Well, am I not gonna do something I care about?
No. Fair enough.
I respect. I'm sorry, I got a little heated. Okay, maybe alcohol had something to do with this. It's this 2.5%. But look, I apologize. I got a little heated. I actually do appreciate you coming here, making this constructive criticism, being honest. This is what helps us develop. This is what helps people in general, everywhere, in communities everywhere, get better. Like. looking back at themselves, looking back at their own flaws, and this is one of the values that we have on the roleplay union. If you look at the frequently asked questions, we are trying to make sure rules are descriptive and consistently enforced amongst all staff members, but we're also recognize that it's important to be honest and acknowledge imperfections in members, staff, and the system that governs penalties to amend and improve them. So again, like, here's a good example. We had an admin who did not do their duties, they did not post enough evidence, so now in the rules, it's against the rules. What do you think about those rules, by the way? If you look in the rules, there's new rules that says punishment without sufficient evidence posted within 48 hours after the punishment, and without, revoking the punishment means that the admin did not fulfill the duties.
It's cool. It's cool, man. I'm pretty sure most admins anyway. They always take screenshots before they do things, and I even do that. Like,
But is it required of them to do that?
Yeah. Like,
Oh.
but I feel like on an LSRB they do it anyway. I like,
Well,
if I'm doing something, I can't say what, but if I'm doing something, I'm gonna screenshot it just to keep it on record, you know?
so it's not required, but they do it just as a good courtesy.
Yeah, because
That's good.
and
I
know,
say it
like,
should
most
be
of my
required.
friends do
That's the difference, I guess, of the system. In
I
LSRP, they
guess-
do it as a good courtesy. I say it should be required. Evidence beyond a reasonable doubt should be required to issue penalties, in my opinion. Now, of course, I'm not saying that innocent people will never get punished. There'll still be false evidence, there'll still be misunderstanding, but at least with the system, they'll be able to appeal their punishments consistently. Every single punishment is appealable, and yes, this does mean that trolls do come in. Sometimes they disrupt, but they're always gonna be there. The trolls are always gonna be there no matter what you do. My priority is making sure innocent people don't get punished. And again, we just increased the penalty for serious offenses to 90 days, so that should keep the trolls on bay. So if they come just to troll,
Well, man, you know how easy it is to make a forum or a Discord account.
that's fair enough.
Like,
Yeah, but then they have to go through the verification process as well. That's why we have a small verification process, which is, again, I recognize can still be, ban evaded. And again, it's always going to be possible to ban evade on the roleplay servers as well. So this is a very similar issue. You're not going to get rid of people by banning them for a year when they can just ban evade, right? When they can just repeatedly ban evade. So, I mean, those non-punishments almost serve no purpose, in a way.
No, they're cool, and probably, like, I feel like, and being honest with you, the people that do get punished, I don't think they care much. They obviously are here to troll, leave a mark.
Well, not all of them. That's the point. Some of them are innocent. Some of them are not. Like Florontex was. He was innocent. He was just J-bugged and he was banned for hacking. That's when he started ban evading. I can kind of... Like, I don't...
But debugging is still exploiting, though. So
it's not hacking.
It's but it's still exploiting.
So many people do it, and so many administrators J-bug. It's ridiculous.
I actually just had a friend that reported for someone, for two people that G-bugged into the same car.
That's fair enough. No, that's fair enough. But you're not gonna get a year ban for J-bugging.
It's still exploiting, and
you're not gonna get a year ban though for it. So
there's people that exploited it.
Also, some people can do it on accident. Some people can J-bug on accident. Press J key.
I feel like Shadowplay is very accessible nowadays.
I get that even Shadowplay cannot necessarily prove that somebody did something intentionally or not. But I understand. I understand what your concern is. Your concern is the practical concerns of actually making sure there's no rule breakers on a server, right?
Yeah.
I understand that, and I mean, but the thing is, this system, you can still make sure that there's no rule breakers. There's two different distinctions I want you to understand. There's the actions that you make in the short term. So we still judge people, right? We still judge people based on their actions because we can't do anything else. This is the only thing we can judge people on. But after we issue those punishments, if within 48 hours we cannot definitively prove that they are broken set rules, then we release them. That's the difference. See? So in the long term, you only get punished in the long term if we have enough evidence. And if you got kept without evidence, then that's considered a mild offense on the admin that punished you. So that's how the system works, at least for now. We can amend it, we can change it, we're free to changing it, but
okay.
The idea is...
I do have to kind of skedaddle.
I got it. I appreciate you so much for coming over. I'm sorry that we got so heated.
Yeah. So just to
I appreciate your suggestions as well for making sure my reputation gets better on LSRP. Again, I like LSRP as a server, and
Yeah, definitely.
but
I
yeah.
like for me, and if you want to try it, man, it's up to you. I went to like Royal or Owen, and they helped me so much. Like I don't know how it happened, but it was like a smooth transition. I literally haven't been punished. Well, I literally haven't been punished in
Is it because you became friends with them, or is it because you changed your act?
a year and I changed. Like I don't. I for
Well,
some
I mean,
reason.
you admit that you were intentional DMing people. I mean,
Definitely,
yeah, that's different. That's a different topic, though. I was never DMing anyone.
That's cool, but I guess what you could try translate it to is, why is this happening to me?
I know why this is
Um,
happening to me because I have a bad reputation.
Try look at it from other eyes, man.
I've been trying to
I
fix my
know it's not
reputation for the
gonna.
past 2 years. I've been trying to show good
You have
roleplay.
to
They're
look at
still
it from
citing
other-
back to 2016. They're still judging me based on things I did back in 2016, and that's the
Who, like
concerning.
staff?
Yeah,
Nah. I if they do, I'd staff report them.
I was not allowed to. I don't know who it is. I was not allowed to make a faction because it was not realistic.
I told
When
you,
other
yeah,
people,
I told you what to do, right?
well, again, it's. So who should I reach out to about the faction situation?
I PM'd you who to reach out to.
Okay, I'll have a look. All right, so I'll have a look at that. All right. Well, again, I'm trying to create this new system because 5 years is just. I think my 5 years experience in OSRP speaks for something, right? Yeah, it's not just. I'm not just annoyed because I lost everything 5 times over. No, I don't care about that. Main character. I understand this roleplay server. It's high stakes and anything can happen. My problem is the out of character interactions. My problem is the out of character punishments that are taking place. And that's why I created Open Union. That's why I'm trying to do something with it. But again, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah, I talked to like, Owen Royal Anti-Snake Detail. I don't know. It's up to you.
Right.
But yeah.
Thank you for coming. I mean, if
No
anything, if I got a
listen,
lot of
man,
useful
if you have a question,
conversations.
if you have any like questions, I doubt you would, but just let me know.
Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah,
no problem, man.
if anything, this roleplay union thing has allowed me to do is to talk with different sides. It's helped me to talk with people who got banned unfairly, who were administrators, who were moderators, who were testers, and I got different perspectives. And I actually learned quite a lot as well. And when I've made this community, I actually had to enforce rules myself, and that was difficult. I realized how difficult it was. I actually have a lot more respect for LSRP administrators. I just still think that the system. I don't blame the administrators. That's the thing. I don't blame the administrators. I blame the system that is governing them, that is allowing them to punish people without enough evidence. I just think that maybe we can do it so that if you don't have evidence, you don't punish somebody. But anyway, yeah. I guess we're talking about this.
Also, Jay as well, or Clarkson. He's a really sick guy to go to for stuff like that.
All right.
But yeah, I gotta go, man.
All right, man. Thank you so much, and thank
Alright,
you
thank you.
everybody else because we are ending our stream today. Thank you for coming. We had a few people banned. We had a few people try to disrupt our community, but it's okay. We handle it. You know what they say? They say when you have haters, you're successful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming. I appreciate you guys sticking with us, being patient with us, and I know that it has not been smooth. It has not been smooth, not even close, but the point is to try. The point is to develop. The point is to... How can you even join? You're not supposed to be able to.
Luxy.
How are you able to join? You're not supposed to be able to.
I'm verified and that.
Oh,
there was a
I
slot.
see.
There
I
was a
see.
slot. Okay.
So no, sorry. I just realized I changed the wrong permission. I'm sorry. We're not taking any more people today. I'm sorry.
No.
Next week, okay?
Yeah, okay. Shout out to.
The guy's getting banned. Alright, thank you guys so much for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and hope you learned something. I mean, one thing I definitely learned is that there's a lot of people who... I mean, I knew this from the beginning, but there's a lot of people who want to disrupt anything new, anything they don't see the point in. So I gotta focus on trying to show or illustrate my point, because a lot of people don't see it. And I understand that. You can come in, you can criticize me, just don't expect to not get punished when you break the rules. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to come join the Roleplay Union, join the discussion every week at 3 p.m. UTC. In the description below is the link to join the Discord. There you can, of course, apply. All you need to do is to show that you have been a part of any roleplay community that requires an application to join. So LSRP, Red County Roleplay, GTA World will also work. And then you need to show like a stat screen or a UCP screen with your character name that you use. And then, then we'll verify you, you'll be able to join the discussion. Because the barrier is so low, you got people, trying to disrupt it. But, hey, we'll deal with them. Thank you so much for coming. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And stay awesome.